there. My name is Michelle Mercier, and I'm the CEO and president of the Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce. And welcome to another membership spotlight. Today, I'm excited to welcome Steve Lutch, president of CRL Promotions, to the show. Steve, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited for this conversation because you do a lot, friend. We have talked about this, and you do a lot with promotional products, which is exciting. But before we jump into the business, can you share a little bit about your professional background and how you ended up in the promotional products industry?
Sure. Well, I started out as on a part-time basis when I had my prior job in education. I was looking for something to supplement my income, and I found the Kaiser and Blair company, which is my parent company. And what they do for me is they do all the back office work, so I
Nice.
don't have to worry about the billing and the ordering process and that type of thing, and the bill collecting and so forth. And I signed up with them to be an independent dealer, and I started. I followed their program. I started talking to people that I did business with about promotional advertising, and then I got a few orders, and it just kept rolling.
That's great.
And then in 2012, I retired from education, and I went full time into the promotional advertising business. And I really enjoy it. I like meeting my customers. I like the networking. Um, because just about every business can use my product. It's more
Yeah.
of a B2B type of sale.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I like to have business. I like to be local. I think that's what sets me apart from
Agreed.
the people that you see online that are on television that advertise. I'm local. I want to do business with people in the local community, and it's really I think a plus if you deal with somebody local, because if something goes wrong, and sometimes it will, it's not
Mm-hmm.
when, it's
It's
will.
inevitable. Yeah.
If you try to find somebody online if there's an issue, good luck trying to find them. But if you
Yeah.
have somebody like me who's local, I want to make sure that that's done right the first time, so you don't have any problems.
Yeah.
And
And
if
if
you
not,
do,
you'll show up.
and
You'll
if
show
not,
up.
I'll be
Yeah.
there to make sure that we get it fixed.
Yes. No, I love that about you. And we used you at the chamber too. And you show up with samples, you show up to check on things,
Right. Well,
you
samples
know.
are important.
Yes, they are important so that you can, see what you're gonna purchase,
Right.
right? Because
Right.
sometimes some of these orders are quite large, I would
Hmm.
imagine, right?
Yes. Yes.
For a promotional product. So tell us what is encompassed in promotional product, because that could spark a lot of thoughts for a
Oh,
lot of different
well,
people.
Well, I try to focus more on the ideas.
Yeah.
Customers will come to me and saying, we're doing a trade show. So I'll ask a series of questions. What type of a trade show is it? How many people are you trying to meet? What have you done in the past? And then,
Sure.
and what's your budget? And then I try to come up with an idea to help them out. The promotional products area, there's thousands of different types of
Yeah.
items. A lot of it is, I do a lot of decorated apparel. Writing instruments is another big area. Coffee mugs, anything that people use.
Yeah.
We can just about get. The other day, I was talking to someone that wanted to do something for a golf tournament. So we came up with golf towels, and
Nice.
he wanted a specific type. He sent me a picture, and I was able to locate that particular um, golf towel. And so I'll be writing him a quote sometime this afternoon.
And I think that's another noteworthy thing about you is that, if somebody just sees something out in the wild, they can say, "Hey, Steve, what about this? What about that?" You'll give them an honest opinion,
Sure,
as well as you'll search it out for them and price it
absolutely.
out for
Well,
them, which,
that's
is
part of
nice.
the job. I've had for just to give you an example, I had a client doing a trade show in the summertime in a school, and the trade show was in the cafeteria, and there was no air
Oh
conditioning.
gosh. Okay.
So he gave me a budget, and came up with the idea of battery operated hand fans.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be great, especially in the summertime. So he ordered them, and he called me afterwards, and he said the only problem was he didn't order enough. Within about an hour, I don't know how many he
Must have
ordered,
been
but within
gone.
about an hour and a half, they were all gone.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because people would take them, and then somebody goes, "Hey, where'd you get that?" "Oh, I got it over there."
Yeah.
And by the
That's a
time,
promotional powerhouse is
yeah,
what that is.
within an hour and a half, they were all gone.
Yeah.
So,
And I know you talk when you speak about people, we've had this conversation before around apparel as well, because sometimes people want, the name brand apparel and
Absolutely.
they want it to be a certain way. And you're able to do that too, right?
Right. I can get name branded apparel. Not every, and we're actually licensed with a lot of the branded apparel companies like Under Armour and Patagonia and stuff like that. So
And why do you think that promotional products are so important? I'm thinking about like Stowe Road Pet Sitters to give them a little bit of a shout out
sure.
too. Like she did a lot of stuff with you,
Right.
and I think it went gangbusters because you
Sure.
see it everywhere. So why are promotional
Because
cards
people
important?
see it right away and it's a tangible item.
Right.
You can put an ad in a newspaper, not to knock newspapers, but you see that ad for like about 3 seconds and it's
Right.
gone. But that coffee mug that you gave your client's going to be in the office and it's going to be sitting there, and it's going to be taking up some real estate on the on the coffee on the desk, and they're going to see that reminds them of it all the time.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah. And I mean, I think some people be like, well, why do we need them? They're, social media and everything else, but you're not seeing it slowing down anytime soon, right?
no, no. In fact, it's increased a little during COVID, like every other business.
Of course.
The business went down a little bit. Now it's picking back up. Um, just to give you an example of staying power of promotional items, jar openers are really popular, especially
Interesting.
with banks. So, going back into ancient history, when I was in elementary school, they had the mall. I grew up in Malden, and the Malden Savings Bank had a program with the school to open up bank accounts for kids in elementary school.
Yeah.
So they gave all of us a jar opener. So I gave it to my mom, and she kept it in the kitchen in the two-family house. And then we moved to a single-family house, and the jar opener followed us there. And then, my parents had that house for many, many years. And then they sold the house, they retired, they moved into an apartment, and that jar opener followed them to the apartment they rented. So, and she just wouldn't let that go. So the bank is gone, the school's gone, but that promotional item was still doing its job like over 30 years.
Wow.
So, that's just what staying power promotional advertising has.
Yeah. I mean, especially if it's useful. I think if
it's
you're
hu-
just giving stuff for stuff's sake,
Yeah.
then, without a like any marketing thing, right? Like you
Yeah.
want to make sure there's a strategy behind it, right? And you're really good at telling people.
Yeah. Use is something that's useful, something that people are going to use. In the summertime, people use the little backpacks and
Yeah.
things like that. And that's a very useful thing, especially if you have children.
Mm-hmm.
I give away pens all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I practice what I preach. And one time I got a call from somebody who was on an airplane and found my pen on the airplane. I don't know how, I don't know. And he wanted a catalog. So I sent him out a catalog. So,
Huh. You never, I think that's the thing too, is you never know where they're going to end up,
right.
right? Especially pens. Pens
Pens-
travel. We
Pens
should have like a
travel.
GPS on a pen
Right.
someday because they go all over the place.
They go
right?
all over the place and people use them. I mean, I have customers that have been buying them for 10 years over and over
Wow.
again. Yeah.
Wow. So, I
Yeah.
mean, what is your most popular product, do you feel like? Is it
Well,
pens?
Apparel, I would say apparel is my most popular. And then after that would be writing instruments.
Yeah.
Calendars, not so much, because, the phones and the iPhones and cell phones and so forth. People don't use calendars as
Right.
much as they did. When I first got into the business, I had a lot of calendar customers, but I
Sure.
still do, but not as
Not as
much as I
many.
used to.
And so, what would you tell people to stay away from if they're looking for promotional products? Like, what are the pitfalls that you don't want people to fall into?
Well, the thing that I would say is that's very important is ask for a proof, whoever you're dealing with,
Mm-hmm.
because if you don't see a proof and then you get the item and something is not right, the phone number's wrong, whatever. I always insist on when a customer orders a new product for me to get a proof.
Sure.
I've talked to customers who said they've ordered from somebody else, they never got a proof, and the pens came in or
Yikes.
whatever
They
came
printed
in.
hundreds of them probably.
Yeah,
And they were wrong.
and the phone number's wrong or it's the wrong color or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So that way we try to avoid that as much as possible.
That's really important. Because
Right,
like you said,
right.
like, why are you going to spend the money and
Right.
print hundreds, if not thousands sometimes,
Right.
depending on what it is,
hmm
and then it's wrong?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
It's a
you want to make
nightmare.
sure it's accurate.
Yeah, that's
And
fantastic.
so that's that, and also deal with a reputable firm. That's why I always say deal with the local promotional products people. I mean, there are tons of my competitors out there that are local, and you want to deal with somebody local because They want your business. They want to make you happy. They want you to come back.
Sure.
And I think that's the way to do it. And you can call your local chamber and ask, who do you recommend for promotional advertising, or hopefully call me or call somebody local. I think that's very important.
No, I think it's very, very, very important.
Yeah.
I think you're exactly right. The big companies, they're all well and good, but at the end of the day, if something goes wrong, that's not, you're never going to get a person.
Right. The other thing is, if you deal with somebody local, like I said, they want you to keep coming back. They know, like, for example, there are thousands of suppliers that make this stuff, and we know the ones that are really good, and we know the ones to stay away from.
Right.
Sometimes people see things online and they want it, and if I get involved and I find out where it's coming from, I may say that's not a reputable manufacturer, but you may want to try something else.
Right.
Because it's, like I say, there are thousands out there. So dealing with a local person, they know the business, they've been in it for a while, and they know, they knew the really good supplies. For example, I have a writing instrument manufacturer located right here in Massachusetts, and I like 90% of my writing instruments come from them because they do great work. I can drive down there and pick up product for a customer if it needs to be done quickly. They have 24-hour service, so I can turn things around pretty quick.
Nice. Yeah. And again, you're keeping it local.
Right.
Which is
Absolutely.
even better, right?
Right.
Is there anything else that I didn't touch upon that you think folks at home should know about your business or about you, or anything else that you'd like to share? I mean, you did a lot. You shared a lot with us.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
No, just that I do this because I enjoy it. It's not. I have more fun doing this. Some people, they collect stamps. I sell promotional products. It's sort of like a hobby for me, and I get a lot of my business through the Chamber of Commerce and through networking. That's how I get the majority of my business.
Yeah, which goes to show that your word of mouth
is
very
the best.
strong.
It's even better than promotional products.
It is. Word of mouth is always the best, right?
Yeah.
And especially because it comes with referrals and it comes with people's trust. They know, like, and trust you, which is a compliment to what you've built over the years.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, tell people your website and how to get in contact with you.
Sure. So my website is stevespromos.com. That's my website. I just upgraded it, so I have preferred vendors on there. So that means that the vendors on there have been vetted, and we do a lot of business with them. I can be reached. The best way to reach me is mostly by email, and my email address is steven.lutch. It's steven.lutch@gmail.com. Or if you want to call me, you can call me on my cell at 508-875-9845.
Fantastic. So hopefully some people will reach out to you because you are really good at what you do.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate
You're welcome.
that.
You're welcome. And thank you for spending time with us. I think one of the things that's always been clear to me is that you do have a true passion for helping other businesses succeed.
Absolutely. Yep.
Which is lovely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And for those of you at home, please help spread the word about this business, and don't forget to support local, and we will see you next time.